Namaste. Very, very welcome everyone to this Saturday Satsang. I feel sometimes as if by living as a person for a long time, uh, the being, the soul that we are, has has kind of adopted those limitations too much, and now we have almost given up the hope for joy, for clarity, for for truth, no, and we are settling with so little clarity, so little joy, no, and something has to change about it also in a way, no? And I feel satsang does help a lot in this. If we can allow the vibration of satsang to be lived by us, it can wake up that inspiration of the soul that no, it is possible in this life. I can actually get to much higher joy, much more clarity, and much more, depth of my self-knowing. No? Because otherwise we are just moving in that limitedness of our belief about who we are, and from there doing everything, no? Including spiritual work. No? Like we are still trying to solve something which we are not certain about, and we are not focusing on what we are certain about already and always, for example. No? That's why I always feel that this, like I shared few years back, this framework 12110. I have been sharing something else also recently, that these are the three things that you can attain in our togetherness. Stable clarity. Stable clarity is like a stable understanding which serves, which sustains, which does not come and go, no? Which helps us in gaining more clarity, more understanding about life, no? Stable clarity, continuous joy. Not the joy which comes and goes. No, joy which remains, no? Continuous joy. And self-knowing. You can think of continuous joy and self-knowing like the more we are continuously living the joy, the more in a way we are in touch with ourselves. And self-knowing will not be avoidable for a long time now. No? We have come halfway already. No? Even if we don't want to know ourselves, we will start knowing ourselves a little bit. No? Self-knowing will start happening naturally, no? Also. And from the point of view of stable clarity, continuous joy is actually the result of stable clarity also. What it means is that we are certain about many things now, not in the sense that we believe them to be certain, but now we see them to be not certain, and we are certain about it. And that brings such a stable clarity that, aha, it's really, my thoughts are moving so much, and they are not reliable. But this knowledge is reliable, no? This knowledge is possible to be reliable if you, the being, can look at it like this. And this is what is stable clarity. And it makes you free for relaxing a little bit in the heart. No? Like, okay, I don't have to do continuously work with the mind right now. I can just relax a little bit. No? And that as soon as we relax a little bit right now, not sleeping, sleeping means we know sleep, not dreaming, dreaming we know, and not working with the mind also, conscious mind also. So all three states, sleep, dreaming and waking, all three states have been put aside, no? Or not? It may sound very big thing, but it's actually very simple and fundamental. Now you are the being, you are living yourself. And that is where we feel the continuous joy. So that these are the connections. Based on this, anybody can talk to me. I feel these conversations can help. No? Satsang also will help, but conversations can make it clear more for you. No? So, anybody want to talk, you can talk. Yeah, Uma.
As you shared, then I want to freshly look into stable clarity because I feel more interested in this.
So let me try to explain a little bit, and then you examine inside you, like explore inside you, that try to verify that definition, explanation, and then you may have some question or confusion about it, and you can ask that. No? Like inside ourselves, lot of confusion is living. You know, to understand stable clarity, we need to understand confusion. Lot of confusion is living inside us. What is confusion basically is at the mind level, at the knowledge level of the mind, at the knowing level of the mind. You know, you can say knowledge level of the mind. We are not certain about things. This not certain about things is what is confusion. We are not certain about things. Uh, in some time, we may be not certain about things because we are in a process of knowing something better. So that time it will be all right. But that cannot cause unstable clarity or confusion. Opposite of unstable clarity is confusion. No? So that cannot produce confusion. Then what is confusion? Confusion is that we know about something, but we don't know about it sufficiently, that we feel confident and stable about it. And we are living with that less clarity. We are living with that less knowledge. And we are knowing it also internally that I am living with this less knowledge. This is what is opposite of stable clarity. Now, does it mean that stable clarity will require us to visit every thought, every feeling, every knowledge, every understanding and convert it into whether we know it clearly or not? In a process, internal process maybe, but not as an activity. As an activity, we can do as a whole also, this whole thing. No? So rather than being chasing what I'm not certain about, we can start with what I'm certain about. No? So what are we certain about right now, for example? In the mind. In the mind basically is the only way through which we are knowing everything. And you will be surprised that almost we are not certain about anything. You see what I'm saying? But as if we don't have any other way of knowledge, that we feel that I have to live with this, even if it is not a good quality of knowledge. Confusion basically is a not good quality of knowledge. No? It's like a poor quality of knowledge, which has just a little bit knowledge, and mostly the gaps have been filled in by guesswork. No? Like little bit knowledge and mostly guesswork. No? This is what is confusion. And this is what does not help us in life. It actually it makes us stuck in life. We get stuck because of this. Because when necessary, when clarity is necessary, it doesn't give us clarity. Like it says you are going somewhere and you want to know that where to go now from here. Like on the road, let's say you are, it says here, go here. But here there are many lanes, no? In which lane I should go? And there are some lanes in which there are very big dogs also, for example, and then you go there and you keep running after that. Oh my God. Like movies, no? In the movie they are chasing you. And that's where our mind is continuously causing so much trouble in our life. Because we are entering into the wrong lanes continuously, where we don't want to enter and we should not enter also. So how to begin? Just like this, that what are we certain about right now? In the mind, in the knowledge of the mind. If we are not certain about anything, we can be certain about it right now, that I am not certain about anything. And this will be called the first stable clarity. No? Do you see what I am saying? But as if most of us still have hope from this half-cooked knowledge of the mind, which is basically confusion or causing confusion. No? As if we still have hope from this partial knowledge cycle of the circle of this partial knowledge of mind, that we keep trying to improve it, but we are not seeing the fundamental mistake in it. That even to know that none of it is useful is so much more stable clarity and ground of stability than to have knowledge of this whole world in this format. No? So this is where we have to see clearly. You know what I mean? It doesn't mean that we have to drop this knowledge. Nobody can drop the mind so easily. For that we have to know ourselves and create another circle, a new mind, a natural mind. Then only this mind will drop by itself. No? But like it has to be abundant in some way. This method or way of looking, knowing, living has to be abundant in some way. But only when we have created another method or another circle. No? But until then, we can know more. No? Like, is it a bad thing to know that everything I know about this house is not true? It is actually in the beginning. Oh my God! Because we are living in a dream of belief continuously. Person basically is a state where we are living in the dream of beliefs, and beliefs support beliefs. No? That's why they all look like together. Like everything connects to everything. No? Do you feel that this is sufficient, and now you can ask something?
This is very clear and helpful, and I want to verify what I understood by this. I noticed two things in me that, first of all, this stable clarity gives me relief from this inner stress, which continuously going on because of uncertainty of mind.
Correct. Actually, uncertainty of mind gives us two, three problems. Very big problems actually. Like it is sucking our energy continuously. First of all, uncertainty is like a instability. Like you are standing on a uncertain, unstable ground. Like you don't know how deep is the ground. You don't know how strong or solid is the ground. Like shall I really relax? Like I can just leave hold my weight of my body, or I have to be light-footed here. No. So this is one problem. Another problem is that we don't feel that integrity or confidence in making decisions, looking at life and doing something. We are like we are like as if we have a critic inside us continuously living, criticizing continuously, condemning continuously. No, no, you could have done better. You could have done better. And that one which says you could have done better is nothing but a process of uncertainty. You're very right. As soon as we come to this stable clarity, we start feeling so relieved somehow. Like, my God, whew. Now I know whatever it is, it is. You know, like this. Like somebody was holding, something like this, believing that I have a diamond in it, and not opening it because having a doubt, confusion that what if there is no diamond in it? This is the state of the mind. We are not opening our mind. We are not bringing light of truth in our mind because of this, like this. No? But those who feel that life is too precious, too valuable to be wasted, they don't waste time now. They will say, no, I have to look now. Let me open it. If it is not there, it is not there. If it is there, it is there, Like if it is there, I will start celebrating. If it is not there, I will start working towards it. I will know that it is not there. You know what I mean? So that kind of sincere approach is what is very useful. And this is what is the way of existence, by the way. It is not really right now the way of the person, but it is way of life, actually. Way of life is stable clarity. Like all other species have certain stable clarity always, whether biological, whether in the genes, whether in their memory of the energies, no. But it's all, they're living always with a certain stability because of this. No? But we are generally not. So this stable clarity is the first step towards First step towards the being, first step out of the person actually in a way. Not person like personal life, but person like false self. It's a first step. Like from person to individual, this is what is a stable clarity and continuous joy. The individual is continuously joyful and also stable in knowing things and understanding them. Yeah, so it's good.
Uh, yes, Ji, it's very good. But another thing also I want to check, that how to start, like, because I feel this hurry of mind is the main hurdle, and for starting, just we need to just stop, and then we can see. If I am not stopping, I cannot see
Yes,
clearly.
yes, it is true. That's why all the spiritual disciplines, fundamental spiritual disciplines, have suggested to stop. What we call meditation basically is what begins when we stop, in a way. No? So when we stop rotating in the confusions, and we choose to sit on a stable ground of being and see. No? What I'm calling stable clarity is nothing but the same thing. And then from here we have a chance to come back to the continuous joy of our being in the heart, and even further to self-knowing. Think of it more simply. I'm just trying to simplify it for you, for everyone actually, that let's say our daily life, like house, in our house, let's say things have got messed up too much. It happens sometimes that we are somehow doing all the daily routine in our house in such a way that we are getting much less results, and things are getting piled up, and unfinished things are happening, and so and so. No, and within the flow we will try to improve it, and we try to improve it also. But what is happening is now, let's say that just more and more things are getting piled up, you are getting less and less time, and you are doing less and less task. Then you will become clear at some point that I have to stop to to observe what is really going on here. Like, shall I like to start fresh in a way, no? And that start fresh will not discard everything that we have been doing. It will just discard the wrong practices, wrong way of doing things, isn't it? So think of contemplation is like this, that you stop and observe your thinking, your ways. You can take an example. Always I try to give simple example. You can take any task of your day for that time in the contemplation. That okay, I have to do this. So what are the problems? And you will find so many problem mind is creating, and you will be surprised at why they can be problem. This task is right here, and I'm feeling kind of relatively peaceful and fine, and I have energy and I have need to do it, and let me do it and enjoy it. No, like why I cannot do it singing and dancing? Like singing means like joyfully, rather than I have to do it. And you will see the tendency and mm, habits in the mind, which are creating confusions and negative experiences. You will notice that. You will, my God, what is this? Yeah. So we are mostly living not only in the confusion, unstable clarity, no? But also we are living in suffering, unhappiness continuously produced by that in the heart also. And believing that that's a real thing. And that's why we are trying to change our task in this case. Do it in a different way. Not work with certain people or certain things or certain life circumstances also. No? Maybe it is necessary sometime, but many times it is not really necessary to change there. It is more necessary to change here. No? And that change can begin by stopping, by contemplating. So this is the task I have to do. Let's see. And you will be surprised that kind of a strange kind of fog, a strange kind of feelings, strange kind of things are there inside you. Obviously, you will not touch them now, but you will just become aware. That's like first step towards stable clarity. Is this understood?
Yes, very clearly.
And I don't mean that this stable clarity is only for those who are beginners, like first step. No, it is for everyone. Like anyone who want to have a better mind, who want to have a better ability of decision making, better ability of analyzing thoughts and life situations. It is for everyone. Doesn't matter even if you know yourself or don't. Even that, even when you know yourself, it can be useful. And by the way, any soul who knows themselves, they do that also. By the way, when they want to. Because the method of mind is method of mind. It is a relative field of life, even for the absolute being who wakes up. No? Like, so it is for everyone really. It's not just, oh, it's for beginners. No, for everyone. Whether you are in the return journey out into the world, or you are in this inward journey, no? Of into the truth of the being. Good, good, thank you.
Thank you very much. Very helpful sharing.
Yeah. One strange thing also is noticed that as you will be able to come to this stable clarity more and more, that the life as such is very, very, very beautiful. Like everything of it is very beautiful. Everything of it, like the very material life is made of, is very beautiful. Something very beautiful about it. But this sense of fog, sense of confusion, is covering our ability as if, and not letting us feel it. Like we are more living in a personal life. You know what I mean? We are living in a personal world. This word is not personal at all. It is existence, not personal word. You know? But we are just troubled by persons, or troubled by personal tendencies, or troubled by personal point of view or something, and we are just not touching and feeling this existence. Which is possible to be lived right this moment, for example. This is what is our ability to drop out of mind into the being, into the heart, where we feel the joy of being. Joy of being means joy of our own self, joy of our own existence, and the joy of the existence, rest of the existence also. And this is such a great attainment, by the way. So, a seeker of truth, I feel, would be the one, or should be the one at least, who focuses on joy, not on suffering. Because suffering is a wrong outlook anyway in the first place, no? Towards life. Step out of that which is causing suffering. Step into this heart which is, you know, always full of continuous joy. No? You see what I mean? Also, this will be seen. Yeah. Thank you.
Namaste, Rajee.
No,
First of all, thank you so much. I feel just being here without doing anything, it's your vibration. It's so sure it's your vibration that makes me so joyful. I haven't done anything before this coming. The minute I entered, it's your joy that's, transformed. So thank you so much. And also want to share an experience, and why I'm saying that I feel, this kind of joy, even when I'm doing things I'm never able to experience. So something you spoke about, stable clarity. So I had been doing chakra breathing meditation. And when I was doing that, I was like doing continuously, I was like, so many thoughts are coming. The time I'm doing, I have to solve everything while I'm doing the meditation, and I could observe that. And it came to a stage like that of clarity. There was moments and flashes that, oh my God, I'm not even this body. It's just thoughts. It's just thoughts. And that would come, right? Like again and again. It's thoughts. You're not even this. You're feeling. It's thoughts, and I can observe all of this. And then in the final stage also, when I'm sitting silently, there are moments at times, not all the times, where I can experience like complete like nothingness, like depth. It almost felt like, hey, you know, a depth that I can never kind of experience outside, but inside. And there was calmness. But I'm never able to, maybe it's not, it's just moments of clarity and that calmness that the joy that I feel here, I cannot reach that joy. Like you mentioned, it's stable clarity, joy, and self knowing. I am there in between these two stages, and here the joy that I feel, that doesn't come. So I don't know what happens, but is it like a continuous
Yes, yes.
stage? So, but I just wanted to share this with you and bring to you
It's good actually. It's very good.
this. Yeah.
I mean, you can understand me what I'm saying. I can understand you what I'm saying. This is very good. What happens is that uh, let us try to understand the strength of ego. There is something called strength of ego. What is strength of ego is not that there is some ego having strength. It is the belief of the soul in the ego. Ego means in that model. So when the strength of ego is much more, you, then even when you, the soul, is doing everything for it, you cannot feel the joy so much or not continuously initially. That strength of ego has to be reduced first. But here in satsang, the light of my guru is present, and the prasad of my guru is always here. So that strength of ego is not here, but your interest, your desire for truth is still here, and that enables you to immediately experience the joy of the being, which is your own being also. So what you are experiencing is not really necessarily my joy of my being. Maybe yes, but also you are experiencing the joy of your own being also. So it is the right direction, and as you will somehow reduce somehow the strength of ego, it will become possible there also for you. What is the strength of ego? Is like as if we are in the grip of of egoic thoughts without knowing. Now you have started becoming aware, which is a very good thing. We are just not aware. Like as you said very correctly there, hey, I'm not even the body. Yeah, that's true. If somebody can feel the breath and the body only, nothing else. It is so pure joy, so pure joy. Because you are feeling the existence. And you have kind of an opening here. Like the more joy you want can come in now in the body. Like the joy of the whole of the existence can funnel into you now through the breathing if you want. No? But the thing is that we are caught up in something called mind. That we are not able to feel even the body. We are not feeling the body. We are feeling the thoughts about the body. That's why feeling the body or the feeling the breath is a very good idea. If we want to be very quickly out of mind. That's why breathing exercises are always very powerful. So ego more is a blind spot than a thing inside. Blind spot like something behind our eyes, not really in front of our eyes. So I think this sadhana and satsang is connecting very well. Now this satsang will help you in sadhana also, as the sadhana has helped you in satsang. It's very correctly fitting. No? Thank you. It's very good. God bless you. Honey, Harleen, you want to say something?
Hi, Rajee.
Hello.
I wanted to say that we have been addressing this question on who is strategizing for the past few.
What is?
Who is strategizing?
Who is strategizing? How?
We have been. I just feel that whenever I'm in, I just feel that my thought gets pulled into some some picture of the future where my happiness could be found.
Correct.
And then I keep bringing myself back in that the thoughts are not real as it is. Uh, if-
Yeah, this is good. No? This is fine. Like, see, at the level of mind, mind basically means at the level of ego. When we are caught up in the beliefs towards mind, or you can say hypnotized by the identification, our best option is stable clarity only. It is not going to give us joy, but it is going to make us free for joy. You know? So all we can get through all of our effort at the level of mind is clarity only. That yes, hey, it is happening like this. Not that we will become free from something like those habits will drop immediately or something like this. Maybe not. Maybe yes, something like you are being drawn towards future in some way that will stop maybe, but it may continue also. So it's a good start, but it's not good enough for continuous joy. Clarity at the mind level, opening of the mind is good, but not good enough for experiencing joy continuously. For that, we need to be available for joy. So every one of us have a very certain type of patterns of mind, and because of that, we have certain type of knots. It is called knots, no, granthi. No? We have certain energetic knots in the mind which are holding us back, not letting us be available to who we are in the heart. No? Unless those are addressed, we cannot say our mind is open. Our mind is open basically means that it is not holding us in the mind anymore. We are free to just be, to just sit, to meditate, to feel the joy of this moment. Or in satsang, we can feel this also. So please be aware that anything that we do in the mind is not going to produce joy. It's just going to make us free from mind itself. So this is what is the thorn that we use, using the mind for being free from mind. That much is the only job of the working in the mind or stable clarity. There is nothing else that we need to extract from the mind or we want to, no? Like this. So that this much, if clear, move on, keep doing the same thing and keep becoming more free. But corresponding to that, you should also be meditating. That is going to work like a very good test. That maybe many times we are just rotating in the mind only and believing that I am meditating or I am feeling my being or I am feeling the joy, but actually we are not. It is the joy by the standard of mind only, not the real joy. No. So that's why always meditating is a very good idea. Let us meditate corresponding to that, like do contemplation, then meditate also. As you meditate, you will be able to feel the joy of your being, or you will not be able to. When you are not able to, then you know that, okay, it means I'm not really fully free from mind. I have to, like, I'm not sufficiently free from mind, so I have to do something about it. Meaning, contemplate better contemplation, like more stable understanding is necessary. Like one of the fundamental way, for example, one of the fundamental outlook could be towards the mind. I know it may not appeal to you, but some other may get something out of it. Is that why I'm attending any thoughts? For what? Don't attend the thought without understanding why you are attending it. What is the purpose of it? What I'm trying to get out of it? And then you will be so surprised actually that we are not clear about what we are trying to get. So the fundamental confusion begins from the thinker, not in the thoughts really. So it is the thinker keeping the thoughts confused in a confused state, not vice versa. Once the thinker becomes clear that what I'm doing with the thoughts, what I'm exactly trying to extract, what I'm trying to get, or where I'm trying to get to, we will start getting free from thoughts or thinking process because we are not clear about it. So it is an unconscious involvement with thoughts. It's not really that we know what we are doing with thoughts. So the whole purpose of contemplation is only this much, to become aware that I'm not aware of what I'm doing with my thoughts. And as soon as we become aware, we stop doing anything with the thoughts for the time being, during the time when we just sit in our being, meditate. live, feel, experience the continuous joy. Like this. So thank you. Anything else you would like to say?
So attending a thought where happiness may be, where pleasure may be found. Happiness, of course, in our content is a very different thing. But attending a thought where pleasure could be found is okay.
Yeah, okay, yeah, so fine. I did not clear to me what
Yeah.
you mean by okay.
नहीं, आप कह रहे थे ना कि the problem is with the thinker. The thinker is confused. So if we start addressing why is the thinker giving attention to that thought, that can bring a lot of clarity. So that's what I'm saying. If a thinker is having a thought, our pleasure is to be found, and is attending that thought, then that is not the problem.
I mean, nothing is a problem in this way. It is just that not being aware is the problem. Not being aware holistically, because being aware can be partial also, and which is mostly. So being aware partially is the way of the ego. Way of the being is, way of the soul that we are is, to be more aware, or in the sense of aware holistically, like trying to trace the dots, trying to connect the dots, trying to see the roots also, more importantly. This is the way of the soul, to be aware. No? So let us adopt our way. It is mind's way to remain partial. Like, let's focus here, not like this. You don't do that. You remain stably here only. Don't go there. Just sit and from here see. Okay, what is happening? No? This is the way of the soul. No? Like this. Like it is said that you can throw a stone at a dog few times, but you can throw a stone at a lion only once. What it means is that he will not give you another chance after that. You are that lion. You are that being who is the lion. If you sit as a lion, mind cannot throw a stone twice at you. Everything thought is a stone thrown at you, and we look like this when we are not sitting as ourselves. No? So just be stable more when seeing, when observing mind. Even if you observe less mind, it is still quality of observation should be better, deep and stable. From stability, the depth of observation will come. No? Like this. Like if we can sufficiently see something of the mind, even once, we will become free from that forever. This is what I'm saying. If we are not becoming free from that forever, it means our quality of observation is not that deep, that effective yet. No? Now, by rotating in the thoughts about it is not going to help. But by not rotating and doing something to not do anything with the thoughts and just sit and see the thoughts will help. No? That's what I'm saying. Doesn't matter what thought. Like, I see a kind of interest in you for going in the detailing of those thoughts. That's not going to help you here. That will help you in remaining in the thoughts, in the mind, not in getting out of it. So I hope I made my point clear. Anna, you want to say something?
Namaste, Rajee.
Namaste.
Good morning. In the retreat, we have touched a subject of male and female, and of being Parvati, the best Parvati for Shiva, all the time, and then not to expect anything. And that has impacted me very, very strongly, the discovery that you made. And what I have seen is that also the master, like the projection of the master, or this like separation of the master, is the separation on the inside of male and female. And I have lately been very, very strict with my thoughts, or like with myself, in order to be the best Parvati. Meaning this male guru, or the what I have projected on the outside, I have tried to integrate it somehow. Yes. And it is very, very beautiful at the moments when I have like the time and the leisure of sitting with it. It is immediately bringing fruits. It is very, very beautiful. However, and I wanted to see what is that is still projected on the outside, or like a blind spot. There is something similar to what Harleen is saying, this strategizing, which is, I would say, also this male aspect, because I'm a mom and I live alone with her, and there is a lot of stuff. There is like the work and the money and the letters in the mailbox and everything else, and the thoughts simply it just goes towards this strategizing of managing the day and life for the two of us. And it's very I know that we are the strongest when we are just ourselves, and this is the biggest strength, this unfragile state. It is just that somehow I still believe that by thinking about it and by strategizing, or if I would completely let go, then there would be nobody to take care of it. There is some kind of a misunderstanding there. There is no clarity, if you can help me. Thank you.
Yeah. See, this clarity that you need now, no? It is about living the truth of life more deeply. No? It's about that. Like you have come to some truth of life, which you know clearly now it is truth. You don't have doubt about it. But still, there is something not clear in some certain direction. Like remaining as yourself is fine for you, but in relation to life now, it's not so clear yet. No? It's not really a challenge. I would not say even it is not even an opportunity. It's just simply how it is. So what it is basically, it is asking you to meet the life situation as yourself. However, the old way, the reflex, or you can say the system, internal system, is to meet it as a person, as an individual false self. No? So your problem is not really about making strategy. No? It's about making strategy as not as yourself. What you can do is you can do two things. One, whenever you have to make any strategy, sit with yourself for 1 or 2 minutes. Like totally relax, like let go of complete life, completely let go of everything, absolutely everything, like fall into the emptiness of your being and live that bliss of your being. And if necessary, you can put an alarm, or otherwise, life will call you back anyway. Life has so many alarms. Life is calling us back, no, into the present situation, into the body. No? And then afterward, it will be much better. Like you will be able to remain as yourself more than before when making decisions, no? In the individual context of practical life. This is one thing. Second thing is that as if there is a resistance coming from you for the decisions, which is keeping you divided during the time when you are making decisions or analyzing the life situation. And that division is basically causing inner conflict and not letting you be holistic in a way, or total, samagra, in making decisions, which is also causing you kind of a struggle that my decisions are not going to be good. Like I will have to do rework in future again, no? So if you can do the other thing also, like while making decision, do contemplation if necessary, but if not, then just know that I really have no escape from it. Let me dive nose down into it, and then let's face it. No? Like not feeling like, oh my God, these are the egoic thoughts. Oh, these are the egoic feelings. Oh my God, I don't like it. It's like a mud or something. No, not like this. Because the more you feel like this, the more somehow you will be crushed by it. The more you don't feel any of these things, don't make any divisions, this whole thing will become one thing. Nicely, very, very nicely. The totality is a magic that transcends everything, that enables us to transcend everything while making best use of everything at that very time. So it is that magic, use that magic trick of existence. You will not be touched by anything that you will do that time if you are total. We are touched only when we are not total in what we are doing. And that's the way of ego. Ego want unfinished business. Ego basically means unfinished business. Like in a very good way, when we go to pilgrimage centers, no? In India, it was like this. I heard in my childhood that we always try to buy something from some shopkeeper or somebody, and then we leave little bit money there, like because we want to come back. Like we will take it next time when we come, although we don't know whether we will come or not. No. So we are doing that, like we are using the mechanism of existence in a very good way for a good purpose, no? Here, and the ego does the same thing. It tries to keep things unfinished. So, in one sense, fundamental definition of ego will be unfinished. What is unfinished? That is ego component or portion of in ourselves. Which does not mean that we can finish everything of our life today. No, that's not the will of God, I feel clearly. No, God wants to improve slowly, but God wants us also to be free from this misunderstanding that in any task that I do, I will be bound to it. No, in and out. Totally in, totally out. Like this. So please understand, this is what I feel is happening. Please tell me if any.
It's all right what you're saying. It feels like with bringing these big decisions in life, I have never made them. It was always just I was surrendering to the situation or to whatever like the river of life would bring me to. And now by integrating this I don't want to say like male part, but like this strong and strict and like yes, we go this way, it feels like I have, not that I have to, but this is what God is kind of bringing me to do. And it feels almost like guilty a little bit about it because I'm not surrendering. But you say this is just the old way of ego in which we have learned how to be, right?
Yes, totally. Because what you are doing is the surrender. And your unhappiness about it is what is opposite of surrender to life, to truth, to God, no? Because what is God, truth, life? This, what is happening right now. No? Running away from it, this moment, is truth, God, life, no? Like, as per your own, let's keep it maybe simple also a little bit, that as per your understanding, you have reached to the being. And actually you have in a way. But life feels like you should not just dissolve in truth now. Like you should not become one with God now. No, you have to still do some things. Like, can you really fight with the will of God? Just think about it. If you cannot, then accept it. This accepting it is called surrender. No? Surrender is not like a surrender of a dacoit or robber or somebody. Surrender of a devotee, of a being who is full of respect and love for God. No? Who is feeling that connection with God also, no? Like love, no? Like this. That, yeah, it's fine. So, our resistance for this movement, is not for anything egoic, personal, or of this life. It is for will of God or not. God wants you to be free from this sense of being that you think you are ultimately. And God wants you to take you beyond it into more pure and free state of being. No, I'm just looking at it like this. and you feel as if you are resisting to it in a way. Because there are two resistance. One, the comfort zone of the being, where you are feeling joy continuously. Another is the discomfort of meeting this newness, where energies are also not prepared for it, as you said, that you have not done these things before. And this is a funny part of it, that this is the fun part of for God, that what you have not done before, that's the best thing to do. Let's do something which we have never done before. No? This is the fun part for the being. For the person, oh my God. Many beings who woke up, they have reported like this, that they never did certain things, and then they're doing that thing now. And they're quite okay. If you stay in the joy of your being and remain total in doing what you're doing, there's no problem you are going to ever experience. Like others know about themselves, but I can assure that you will always be composed, joyful, clear, always. You will never be complaining about, oh, I could have done better or anything like this. No? Because neither everything is in our hands, first of all, nor nothing is in our hands also. It's something in between. This in between is what is surrender to life. Some things are given for us. We need to perform certain things also. We need to do certain things also. But more not doing so much, but allowing to be done through us in a way. No? Like this. Like not taking the ownership, but still doing well. No? Totally. It's such an amazing, amazing, amazing thing. Like every step you experience that divine presence of God in you when you do like this. So you have become free from I sufficiently to experience the being that you are, your existence, but you need to become free from my also now, which is what is the subtle part of ego, my, like whole of it. And that's what it means to be living in the emptiness. Emptiness means not living in any sense of myness inside you. Thoughts know, this is my life, this is my relation, this is my family and activities and responsibility, but the soul does not have any attachment to this myness anymore. No? So that subtle part of ego, which is more in the soul, or from the side of the soul, rather, is what is being highlighted here, the my. You can perform so much better when you don't feel that this is my life or my task or my responsibility. What else you will do anyway? Will you just sit quietly, meditate whole life, whole day, every day? No, not really. You see.
I was kind of hoping that this is how it is.
If you
Some
are,
big inheritance or something.
if you are hoping, that also is true, by the way, because your hope is true. It's not like a false hope, but that is possible right now. You are just avoiding that because you are saying that as long as I'm doing anything at the body mind level, I cannot sit in my being. I'm saying you can do both at the same time. Why don't you finish the whole business forever now, right now? You know why you are saying it is my responsibility. No? Even it's not my being. It's not my being. Even we cannot say even that this is my being. We cannot even say ultimately that this is my soul. You know, who says that this is myself, I am, does not even need this myness towards this existence or declaration of existence. Even it is so free. That is what is God or pure being of life. So sit right now, like become free right now, for yourself and for life at the same time. Like sitting totally in the stillness of your being and not coming out of it ever now. And if you don't come out of it ever, neither you will do anything in life, nor you will resist to it. No. Now life will happen or not. Neither you are resisting to it that it should not happen, nor you are taking responsibility of it that it should happen very well. No, is it not? That's what is freedom in the being. Because the sense of individual person or sense of doer is not really contributing to the harmonious flow of doings. It is only interfering. When you will not be interfering through that sense of doer, the doings will happen better than before. But they will involve your thoughts and feelings and body. Remember this. That's where you may feel confused, because still maybe there is some identification with the body mind. Very beautifully, Nisargadatta Maharaj has said somewhere that I let my human nature unfold as per its destiny, and I stay as I am. This is what we are talking about, I feel, right now. And it is actually possible. Right now possible. I'm saying right now possible. Right now live it. Talk. Let the talk happen between me and you. But don't try to talk. Don't try to stop talk also. Just you sit in your being, joyful, still, silent, inactive, absolutely inactive. It still means absolutely inactive. Like no activity, no inspiration, no desire, no preference. But is that not what is meditation? It is actually. Meditation is just a door, in a way, a path where you walk. How deep you want to go is up to you. No? You can reach to this point also through meditation, through just sitting, through not doing anything. What is doing? Doing is what we are talking about right now. What is not doing? It's just being, sitting in your being. So there is another analogy used for it, that somebody feels that I am running my life versus somebody knows that I am not. Then they feel that I am free to sit in my being. But it has to be a real knowledge, not that we believe it. No? Raman Maharshi has mentioned about this, a guy who is traveling in a train and carrying his baggage on his head, and people are finding it strange that why you don't put it down. And he said, no, because I have not bought the ticket for the luggage, it's just for me, and I don't want to put an extra burden on the train. He said that extra burden is on the train already anyway. It makes no difference whether you keep it on the head or on the floor. No, this is the difference. We are keeping this burden of sense of doership or responsibility of doings on the soul. Not necessary. Keep it on the body mind only. That's what I'm saying. And body mind will become more trained now. Body mind has become very lazy in one sense, because the soul is continuously doing. Now let the body mind to work. Like it is like your horse, body mind is like your horse. Let it do some work now also. Some hard work, Let it think, okay, what is best to be done. But remain yourself as yourself also. So that in your light, it cannot go anywhere through the conditioning or egoic tendencies. Like this. So I just felt like sharing. I hope that it will help you in some way. Thank you.
Thank you very much. It is this thin line between intuition and where we get caught in the, and this is where this vigilance is very important.
Yes.
Thank you.
Now, one more thing I want to add here, which is much more kind of immediate than it can fit in this conversation, but it is effective. So that thing is tasting your freedom. Tasting your freedom includes being able to perform well in the practical life while remaining as yourself. So try to to experience your complete freedom also, including right now. It's a good chance. Experience your complete freedom in the sense that allow yourself to experience the full freedom, which does not have any boundaries or definitions or preconditions or let go of your outlook towards it also in a way. No? Like real freedom beyond mind and beyond our understandings about anything, about it. No? And you will not find this your being now to be as glorious as you thought before, but you will find it to be much more real than you thought before. Much more real now. It's much more real. Like it is so tangible in a way that you would be surprised that how could I ignore it so far? Like what a powerful thing is here and how could I ignore it? So what you are doing now, where we started was stable clarity. Now we came to the continuous joy. Now we are entering into self-knowing. Freedom is self-knowing. Self-knowing is freedom, nothing else. They are one thing. The more self-knowing is happening, the more freedom is experienced. A freedom which does not go away anymore, regardless of what we are doing in the daily life, anywhere and everywhere. It remains. The second bird has started becoming aware of itself now. And it does not do anything anyway in practical life, then why it would forget itself? Because the first bird is doing something in practical life too much these days. You see what I mean? Both coexist, both are existing right to this moment. This is the freedom part of it. No? Like holistic, knowing of yourself. They are not two birds in the sense of separate from each other, but in one sense they are. They are so much so that you feel totally that at the level of second bird, I'm just not doing anything. Like at all. Like this doing is nothing. It's not a doing from the standpoint of the being. But this doing is happening quite nicely actually. When you come here, you feel, hey, that's kind of sufficiently happening. It's good enough. Especially when you are joyful, everything is good enough. And by the way, it is much better than our suffered state. When we are suffering, our body mind cannot perform as good as it can when we are joyful. No? So what is the problem? There are no problems really. Freedom is the solution. Doesn't matter what is the problem that we were trying to solve. Freedom. And for that path is this stable clarity. Like every one of us can begin, not every day, but whenever we feel that, okay, am I in this stable clarity right now? Yes. Okay, let me drop into the continuous joy immediately. And from there, let me not stay here also. Let me drop into the self-knowing also. Or if we feel, no, I'm not in the stable clarity, let's come to the stable clarity in 5 minutes, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, then drop into the continuous joy, and then afterward, few minutes here, then if possible and if you feel interested, drop into the self-knowing. What is self-knowing? Self-knowing is simply self that is knowing itself. This self is neither I nor you. Meaning right now, this self is right here, in the form of me, in the form of you. This is what is self-knowing. Self-knowing is knowing of the self about itself, and that self which is one. And this experience is only freedom, because it is knowing the universal self. Universal self does not feel bothered by the individual life situations, circumstances, state of mind, or state of confusion or clarity. No? It experiences freedom, which is its nature. It experiences truth, which is its own being. No? Like this. So very, very good. Thank you. Thank you. Very nice. God bless you. So path is very clear. Let us everyone reach to this joy, continuous joy at least. Good, good. Anybody else can talk also?
Namaste, Rajee. I think maybe I just feel like sharing something, and it's just an excuse to come in front of you actually, because we feel so grateful that we're here. Clearly, like what you mentioned, beginning choiceless choice. So it's not that we chose to be here; it's totally your blessing. It is completely connected with what you've shared today. So last night, when on our way in the flight, usually we don't talk to people, but the person sitting right next to us, we started having a conversation with the person, and it was beautiful. That person was just sharing that he goes for trekking all his life. He's done trekking to the mountains, and his wife and his kids, all four of them, they've been doing, and he's been to all the places, and he was showing some photographs, and I don't even know some of the names of places he's been to. So this is like I felt the stable clarity and the egoic mind. In fact, I was thanking him. I said, we are going for our satsang tomorrow, but for me the satsang has just begun right here, because when he was talking, I could observe that he was very knowledgeable. He knew a lot of things, and he and Nasta were having the conversations, and I was clueless. I have no idea. He was talking about the mythology that's written that there are 65 dimensions in Shiva mythology, and I had no idea about all this. But so there were the moments of the that the knowledge wanted to know. Okay, I should also know. But at the same time, my heart was feeling so happy. Like I was feeling so joyful with listening to it. I said, "This is my satsang already." And what I observed was that there are two things. One is like going beyond the mind, and one, the mind wants to know everything. Like, so there's a dichotomy here, and I was just observing. So, and then I think the best for me, as in, I felt was like just not knowing. And one more thing I wanted to share was that long time back, I think I have never mentioned this, I had studied something which was called Tree of Life. But it was again just, like a knowledge. But my satsangs and my retreats with you, and I felt long time back, I felt the tree of life, what it really means. I could feel and connect, and I was so happy and joyful. And oneness I felt. And I felt that even if I don't know, what these, yesterday's conversation and all those, it's fine. Let it happen. Like you said, when you were talking to Nishant, that the fire. So, it was just coming to me that the song also you shared, "Dheere Dheere Chalna." So I said, like, who am I to, choose what should come? Yeah, it's. I mean, I don't mind reading, but let it happen on its own. So I just felt like sharing this.
I feel it's a beautiful outlook, no? Because if your outlook is producing joy in place of possible suffering, your outlook is for sure better than most of the persons, no? Or not? And it is working in favor of you, not against you, no? One thing that I wanted to add here about the knowledge of the mind, it is true that mind feels like want to know everything. Why it is like this? It is as if the soul has entered into the mind. Like soul means the portion of the soul is living in the mind also now. And that portion has created has manifested a sense of lack or sense of incompletion at the mind level. So basically in the soul there is a sense of incompletion. Soul is incomplete. Soul does not know this. What we call longing, what I call longing basically is reaching to that point where we connect to God actually. We are connected to God right now, always. Reaching to that longing basically is reaching to that connection with God. So every soul is feeling incomplete. It is not a bug. It's by design. No? It's not a, it's a feature also, by the way. So that sense of incompletion of the soul is manifested at the mind level, that my knowledge is incomplete. However, the soul wants to know the truth, not in the way of the mind. But now soul is in the mind, portion of that soul. So whatever is the portion of the soul in the mind, that much knowledge the mind would like to have. When some people have very little bit of soul in the mind, they don't want to know so much. When the soul is more in the heart, then they want to feel life much more, like a lot of life I want to experience and feel, not that I want to know, And I feel that we can have a kind of a collection of knowledge, which is not of a very good quality, like very deep, or we can have a very, very little bit collection of knowledge, which is very good quality. Which one will satisfy the soul? Actually, the good quality one. Like the more good quality of knowledge you have at the mind level, which is what I call stable clarity. Stable clarity is not really true knowledge at the mind level. It is just a very high quality knowledge at the mind level, like the highest possibility. That your soul feels very contented, like, yeah, it's good. It's good. Like you know now that you have reached to the limit of mind. You cannot know more than this in the mind now, like this. Then you are free from mind. Why we are not free from mind? Because we have a hope. We have a progress going on here. That's why I'm saying that use the mind, but use it well. When you want to, it's like this totality, samagrata is a one magic way for everything. Like there are many times when we feel that I really want to know a lot in the mind or through the mind, but actually maybe we are not. But we cannot know that I don't want to know much in the mind level unless we try it. But unless we try it totally, like a wholeheartedly, But we normally don't try wholeheartedly. We just try a little bit and then we give up. Little bit, then we give up. No, get into it just for a moment. This is what is contemplation. Not getting lost in the mind, but remaining in the mind and utilizing it and improving it, and let's see how far I can go. And then at some point you will give up. Like as if you will give up, then like you lose interest in it. Like, no, this is not my way. It's like some people like to, many people, not many people like to think about this tea much, much, much more in details, like doing PhD about thinking about this tea than to enjoy it. And some people want to just enjoy the tea and do not want to think about it so much. And slowly you will become clear. So, what bothers us when we are enjoying this tea is not really mind. There is no such thing as mind. It is more a sense of incompletion, that I could have known something about it, but not at the time of experiencing it. No, let's separate these two things or not. Like this is what is more a fundamental stability inside us, that being more wise, that when I am experiencing, let me experience it, and then when I have time, let me think about it also. Like that. We are mixing things too much also here. When we are tasting the chai, then we are thinking about it, because this looks like the best time. It is best time because you are absent from the mind. And as if mind is missing, like sending you kisses. Like this. And we kind of get misguided by it. Oh, my God, my mind, my baby. No, such thing. Let the baby be there. You enjoy the chai. What I mean. So like as if mind is living in our relation with the mind is in a more, like as if wrong parenting has happened or something like this. You know what I mean? Wrong parenting in a way happened, like too much love given. It has to be kind of, thoda lagam kasni padegi, like as if it is a horse and we have given too much love to the horse. We have to little bit be strict also now. Because what's wrong in thinking and knowing anything about it? It just has a limitation, that's all. But that limitation is not so much, so little, by the way. I will just bring a little bit something very quick, and I feel that you can understand this more. And that's one of the reasons that I'm saying. This what we call third eye is actually the height of the mind. Mind means what can be known by seeing. Like outsider, no? Seeing means what? Like outsider or not? This is the height of Gyan, knowledge, as individual. But beyond that, what is beyond that? Beyond that is being one with truth now. Like living the truth by being one with it. No? That is what is beyond it. No? And that is also called a real, in a way, you can say real awakening also. Or merging with God in a way also, like this. So even if you know everything clearly as it is, like really your perception is very clear now, like true, like you are still and you see really things as they are, thoughts, everything you know, then what? Then what you will do? Then your heart, your soul will call you. I want to live. You see what I mean? So the way of the mind doesn't matter in what depth or what height of consciousness, is basically seeing, observing, analyzing, understanding. Understanding from what point of view? Who are you? Who will understand? No? That's why after having all the knowledge, when this one, the knower, the jnani, questions who I am, the sense of I dissolves completely here. The more clear the knowledge here, like the more knowledge the jnani has, the faster the I can dissolve when questioning. No? Or the more interest we have in the truth, the more quickly also we can dissolve. It's both way. Not that necessarily everybody has to be a jnani, no? Not like this. Do you see what I'm saying? So experiencing this truth, this love, is actually beyond all the jnana. Right here, always here. But as if we have attachment for jnana, for knowledge, no? That we step on those, ladders. Before we step into this ladder of knowledge, we were in the truth. We were one with the truth also. And after that, we will again become one with the truth also. You see what I mean? What is the point? Like one may think about it, but maybe we will think about it only after finishing the ladder. That what was the point? From the point of view of mind, there is some truth in some direction. At least in the direction of in front. It is in front of you, isn't it? But beyond it, where is truth? In which direction? Beyond it, actually, truth is, the thinker is truth. Thoughts are also truth. No? The seer is truth. The seen is also truth. No? Because there is only truth, nothing else. So, from this point of view, the knowledge is found to be like a trap, like a dream. Truth is like an ocean surrounding us from all over the place, all the time. And as if we are thirsty of the water while living in the ocean. No? Kabir says like this, Pani mein meen pyasi, mujhe dekhat avat hasi. No? Like Kabir says that the fish is thirsty in water, and I feel like laughing looking at it. Ocean, water means this whole truth, one truth. Yeah? So we all have our individual dream. This is what is the individual soul, no? In a way. Individual soul has two components. One is the dream, one is the presence of God, no? Made of these two things. No? But there is something called will of God also in it, which we have to recognize really. What I call longing is that gateway through which we recognize the will of God. No? Then we can fulfill the dreams also, but we can remain connected with God also, and we are never lost actually. No? So only those who are not living in the will of God are lost actually. I'm very directly saying something right now. Otherwise, nobody is lost. Doesn't matter whether we are living in the dream of individual or not. No? You see what I mean? Like not losing contact with the truth. If we keep in touch with truth, all is fine. That's what I mean. Because it will never let us go too much in any extreme. And unless we go in any of the extremes of the interrelated opposites, we can never be caught up. This is the point. So good, good. No, thank you.
Natural mind some time back.
Yeah.
So now I'm understanding the meaning of that also. And once you had shared about ek sadhe sab sadhe, you know, I think just focusing on that one and everything. Otherwise, like you said, it becomes
Yes.
a lot confusing.
This eke sade sab jaye is always applicable or useful for everyone, regardless of in what state we are. Like we are trying to balance all of our thoughts or all of our confusions at the mind level, all of our desires or you know longings at the mind level, then we are not going to fulfill any of them. But if we can sense, scan, and come to more integrated and summarized mind, where we know that what is most important, what is the priority for me. We decide the priority, but we analyze it in a good way first, no? Mostly we are doing things which are less important for us, and we are not able to do things or get time for them, those things which are more important for us. No? So even ek sade sab sade, by balancing one, everything is balanced, and by not balancing, by trying to balance everything, we lose the chance to balance everything also. This apply here also even. Let's say, so this is what is stable clarity. Balance one at the level of mind. This is stable clarity. Be more in favor of stable knower than stable knowledge, you know, in the mind, and then you are moving towards the stable clarity. Because every knowledge, every piece of knowledge inside us claims to be higher than other knowledge, no? And that's the method or the model of mind which is deceiving us continuously. But the more stable, self-aware knower of the mind, the less it will be deceived by thoughts. So this is that stable clarity. No? At the level of experiencing this joy, no, continuous joy, continuous is the one part of it. Maintain the one part of it which is continuous. Continuous joy. Any joy which is not continuous, not for me. You know, like this. And then it will balance everything. Like what it means is that we are not going to experience only joy continuously and not experiencing any other feelings or anything. No, both. We are going to continuously experience joy in the background, and on top of it, any and every experience is allowed to be experienced by us also. Like this. Because they are part of the body mind. Meaning all the first four courses, no, they are part of that. So this is one. In the last phase of self-knowing, focus on the knower, not on the knowledge. Even here, focus on the knower, not on the knowing. Because this is not knowledge, this is knowing. And knowing is so pure every time that it may confuse you. It may create a state out of it. Like, this is my being. And we like to live in it now. And we can actually. We can create that state of being, and we can live in it for a long time. But you will not be really free. Like here also the same thing, one. Eke sade sab sade sab jaye. Good. No? Thank you, beloved. Very nice. Joy, you want to say something?
Yes. Namaste, Ji. Ji, I would like to share that the joy is very much important to bring me to the self. And also I could see the stable clarity that make me not holding the joy.
How nice. Then it's really, truly stable clarity, no? Stable clarity not produces or wakes up the stable knower, no, in us. And that stable knower remains when you are experiencing joy, no? it doesn't engage you with the mind, it just saves you from engagement with the mind, no? Like this. Because as Asta, you were saying that when we have come to satsang, we feel certain joy. It is true. We are able to feel joy immediately as soon as we enter in satsang, but we are not able to either feel joy so much or continue feeling it because of engagement with the mind. Like something is unfinished there. And today, right now, when we are trying to live the truth, seems to be the best time to do that. You know, a strange thing, but it's a more internal, technical thing about it. It's not like some mind is trying to do something with us. It's just not like that. It's just from the mind's point of view, it is like a day when you are not doing anything. Then, okay, let's bring out all the backlog and try to finish it. No, it's a very internal mechanism. Mind is not really an entity. It's more of a mechanism. No? And as soon as we understand it, the more we can transcend it very easily. No? One very beautiful thing I want to share with you, Sohab, I think you will also appreciate it. There was a very powerful practice done by great beings who have happened before us also and who might be still on earth right now. No? That practice was ignoring. What was ignoring? What exactly is ignore? Ignore the thoughts, ignore this, ignore that. What is that? It is mainly because the soul actually can make a choice or can make a move. But now the soul is choosing not to make a move. Like ignoring means, I don't want to move for this. I don't want to move for that also. Like the soul has become so evolved now that it can see that it is not worth moving. I still choose to not move or to remain in my being and continue experiencing my truth. No? So movement basically is about choice. Fundamentally, I am saying, initially we are not aware that I am making choices when I am moving. Generally, we are not aware of it, and for that, stable clarity will help us more than enough. We will become aware that whenever I am attending a thought or I am reporting anything about a thought, I am doing something about it. Not that it is just happening by itself. No? And then we will stop doing that thing, and then we will less and less affected by thoughts. Like now, we will be more voluntarily ourselves choosing to engage with thoughts or not engage also whenever we want to. Right now it is involuntary, like just like this. It's like a one thing. Thoughts are happening and they are being lived. Hey, what about you? Where are you in this picture? Thoughts are happening and like this. There is too much oneness with thoughts in the initially, like this. So it's a very good sign of stable clarity. I feel that it is helping you in continuous joy. Would you like to say anything more about it?
Yes, because I can feel that now it's like more concentrate in leaving the self. But it's the joy bring me to here because it gave me the direction. But now I can feel that the self, I want to be the master because not just only the joy is still like, it's happening from inside, but still not in the center yet. I feel more and more into the self.
Yeah.
Like this.
Oh, it's very good. So I will just share a little bit and you try to listen and follow it and now and later. This joy is really halfway. We have reached to the heart, let's say. We are just using these words in a certain way. No, our way. It's not a universal analogy. I'm using my analogy, no? Like this. So we have really reached to the halfway when we have reached to the joy, continuous joy. No? And this is from where we can either continue living, approaching or living this continuous joy in the egoic way, or what you are saying now that no, I want to actually settle in the truth of myself more. No? And the beautiful thing about it is that you don't need to lose this joy. You don't need to stop living this joy. You just have to change your attitude about it. The attitude is that as a person, we are trying to hold on to it, grab it and keep it. No, you become little more relaxed about it now. Feel more deeply, but in such a conscious way that you start sensing the source of it. Where is the source of it? From where this joy is coming? Meaning, do it right now also. No? Like, from where this joy is coming? And this, from where this joy is coming, is working like a awakening process. It is one of the forms of inquiring into ourselves. And you will become very clear and clearly established into yourself through this simple inquiry. No? Because if this joy is coming from body, mind and life situation or certain state, it's not for you and it's not going to be continuous anyway. So you are saying this, and I feel that you are right, that you have come to the continuous joy, which is the joy of being only and nothing else. No? Now, if you have come to the continuous joy, now it's not far to reach to the being that you are. Just be very clear about it, from where this joy is arising. No? That is the center where you want to reach now, no? Isn't it? Can you say anything if you feel you want to give me some feedback about it?
Yes. I feel inside from the self, from the being. It's like nothing. But actually it's also more joy coming, but just staying there.
Yeah, staying in this nothing is amazing, amazing, amazing. And that's why I'm insisting on continuous joy part. Stable clarity is not enough to save us from the deceptions created, including the deception that I am staying in the nothingness right now. And it is created by mind mostly, no? But mind cannot create continuous joy. No? Mind can create everything, by the way. It can create the self, it can create everything else. But it cannot create one thing, for example. It cannot create stable clarity also, by the way, it cannot create. And it cannot create joy, continuous joy. So that's why if you remain connected to the continuous joy, if you continuously experience joy and then find out and feel, sense the source of joy, then you will come to the true not nothingness, no, of your being. No? You are coming now, no, to this true nothingness of your being. Yeah. And this is a very good experience. It is not like we experience sometime emptiness, but we don't experience any joy or bliss. No? Now, in this nothingness, you will experience more joy or deeper joy, what we call bliss. No? Like the medium of body, mind or consciousness is decreasing here, now more directly being experienced. Like that experience, the difference or the distance between the experiencer and the experienced is reducing now. The division between the experiencer and experienced is reducing now. Like it is almost nothing between the experiencer and experienced now. No? It is like nothingness experiencing itself. It is like bliss experiencing itself. No? Yeah, is it like this?
Yes, and very much direct.
Yeah. So that's why these steps are very important. Otherwise, we are deceived by the thinking, and our thinking and mind is able to produce all these things, and we think that I am in my nothingness right now or in the emptiness right now, but no, it's not. No. That's why continuous joy is halfway. Heart is halfway. No? Like this. Yes, it's good. No? Thank you.
It's so much real and very much right here.
Yeah. It is actually. This nothingness, which is our own being, our nature, is always here. It was always here. But we are here and not here in a way. This not here is we are in the mind part. No? That's why breathing is also another thing which is very powerful in our life. Because mind cannot produce breathing, for example. And if we focus on the breathing really for the purpose of focusing on the breathing, not for the purpose of solving anything, we will be out of mind. Out of mind means we will be out of that kind of outlook through which we are looking at everything. And we will come back into our true outlook, like true way of looking at things, true way of perceiving everything. And then we will experience at some point breathing, really. No? In this breathing, the somethingness of the body is experienced. No? And also in this breathing, nothingness of the being is experienced, included, included. Like it is like a joint of nothingness and somethingness. No? Like the joint of form and formless being. No? And it is all true right now for every one of us. How amazing is that we still, like some feel attracted towards it and some not. Like, yeah, it's nice. But I have some other problem to solve. No? Truth is not that view. Truth is not some kind of solution for some certain problem that we are facing in the practical, in the personal mind. Truth is that a state of being, or that land of being where problems are not there. Because problems are imagined problems by the self that we imagine ourselves to be. Here we are facing the truth of who we are, living the truth of who we are. And the compatibility is completely here now with everything. There is nothing incompatible here. Thoughts, body, mind, feeling, everything is just so compatible. So thank you. It's very, very good. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Chi, to bring me here. So pure and so beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes, it's very nice. Thank you. The simple technique, let's say, for experiencing the continuous joy is like this. Experience your breathing, breathing. Already we start experiencing some calmness or peacefulness, which we don't experience in the mind, because we start getting out of mind. And then, if you can experience a little bit yourself also when experiencing the breathing, then you will continuously experience joy during this time. So let us try for few 1 or 2 minutes. If you are experiencing anything else, like noticing thoughts, feelings, attending them, then you are not attending the breath. Attend the breath during this time. And do not attend anything else. Simply, gently ignore, like avoid them in some way, put them aside. Invitation comes, feeling comes to attend anything, thought, any feeling, just avoid that right now, ignore that right now. Just focus on living the breathing. Engage yourself with the breathing while try not to engage yourself with anything else. Already we have started feeling some calmness, some peacefulness. Now, let us experience ourselves also, little bit. You who is experiencing the breathing, live yourself also a little bit, while continue living the breathing. And this is going to open that continuous joy. Because continuous joy is experienced around the breathing, in the breathing, but it's not originated from here, it comes from you. So this is a technique to unlock the continuous joy. It is the technique to open our heart, to open that light of our being into this breath and body, so that we can continue experiencing joy. Keep your focus on breathing continuously. Living the breath, not thinking about it, not watching it, only living it. And living ourselves also gently. And it is unlocking that continuous joy in our heart. So this is a simple, small technique to come to the continuous joy. Thank you. Obviously, our thoughts or our engagement with the thoughts or our way of remaining engaged with the thoughts is going to come in the way. It is very, very much here. And it will try to not let us experience the breathing in every way possible. It is our decision to experience it. Because what fear one can have for experiencing the breathing? What can we lose by experiencing the breathing? We can gain everything. No. But it is just our engagement with the mind that we just don't feel like it is worth, like what I will get out of it. Everything. We will get everything out of it. No? We will get back ourself, our body, our breath, our self, our joy, our truth. No? This moment, we will come to this moment. Now, we will come to this nowness. No? Very, very good. Thank you. Still some time left. If anybody want to discuss something, it's not clear, please talk. It will be nice to explore, no? Yeah, Prajot.
Today I was doing the self-inquiry, and then I found I wanted to share and get some, if anything, from you. That I found that when I'm doing the self-inquiry, that a moment came and I felt that I am in my being, or I can say I am more like towards calm and this. Then suddenly I focus that whether I'm feeling peace or silent, or I'm feeling joy, which somehow I didn't feel. So this, what you gave the golden key, that check when you are touching this. So it's a mind created or is actual. So I just wanted to bring it to you.
Yeah. So self-inquiry is very, very powerful. One of the most powerful methods. You know? Meditation and self-inquiry. You know, these are the most powerful two methods that we have used so far, no? In life for so many thousands of years. So self-inquiry does not really work maybe in one go, but it doesn't mean that it does not work. If it did not take you to the joy of your being, does not mean that it did not work or it did not try to get you out of mind. No? It is as if some certain preparation happened, a certain stable clarity happened here. No? So that was the attainment of self-inquiry of this session. And that's all right. No? do it again next time, and then next time you will be able to do it more, like better than this. No? Like somehow as if your attention is outward oriented or like outbound, as if your attention has got hypnotized in some way, what we call identification. No? And this attention has to turn inward towards the questioner of this question, who I am, for the self-inquiry to function in a way, to give the deeper results, no? Where you will feel the joy. However, when you feel that you are done with the self-inquiry and you are not experiencing joy, you can also do this simple exercise which I give, focusing on your breath and experiencing yourself a little bit, and this will many times unlock that joy very easily. No? So I think it's good. Is this clear?
Yes, it's very much clear. Ji, one more thing I wanted to check with you about this self-inquiry. That's not today, but before it happened. Like sometime I'm wanted to check that who I am. I wanted to I'm asking who I am, and then instead of being sensing, a kind of a seeing happen to myself, and a kind of heavy head and this kind of thing happens. How to avoid it, Ji?
By focusing on your breath, you can avoid it. So what is happening is that there is an internal mechanism of mind going on, and we are mostly not aware of it actually. Like we are not aware that we are in the grip of mind in a way. You know what I mean? We are mostly not aware that we are in the grip of mind. And when you do self-inquiry, that time those grips are visible more. They surface more. And to avoid them, best is to focus on your breath during this time. And if you feel too much caught up in them, then stop the self-inquiry for a few minutes, 1 or 2 minutes, and then focus on your breath dedicatedly. Then you will feel more refreshed and free from that grip of mind, and then you can resume self-inquiry. Like this, I feel it will help, no?
Ji, right. So
Because,
it means
because otherwise, when we are sitting in meditation right now, when we are sitting in satsang right now, why we are not able to live our being? Because we are in the grip of mind and we are not aware that we are in the grip of mind. No? That's why. No? If we are looking at things through the mind and we are not aware that we are looking at things through the mind, no? That's why. No? Like that, somehow the thinker is not thinking about itself. That's what is being caught up in the mind. For that we have self-inquiry. Hey thinker, think about yourself. And do not think about anything else. And when the thinker is not thinking about anything else, the set mechanism, the fixation of the old way of doing things, where the thinker is always in the darkness, that is kind of resisting to this change, no? Which you are experiencing right now. So focus on the breath to not lock horns with this resistance, because it's very important to not fight with the resistance, because otherwise you will be defeated a lot or damaged in some way. Not nice thing. Avoiding, ignoring the resistance in some way, bypassing it in some way is a good idea. Focusing on the breath will bypass that resistance. Because we think that ego is something else. I am the self. I just have to be free from ego. No, not really. Not. You are the self and you are the ego. This is the thing. That's why inquiring who I am works. Because ego state is where we don't know who we are. And if we question who we are in the state where we don't know who we are, we will come to the clarity of who we are, which is what is the state of being. Self. Like this. So good, thank you.
And Ji, can I check with you that if I do the breathing 1 minute or 2 minutes before self-inquiry, it will help also, Ji, then?
Yes, it will, for sure. Because it is already going to withdraw you from the energetic involvement in a way with the mind. Because mind has two parts. One is what we see, one what we don't. What we don't see is that energetic part, and that many times we call it unconscious, subconscious also, no? That energetic part is invisible from us mostly, which is the head office, which is controlling everything. No? And we try to fight with the thoughts which are rotating inside us, and we don't question that who I am, or we don't question why we are thinking about anything. You know? Yes, it will help if we focus on the breath, live 1 or 2 minutes. This exercise we do before self-inquiry. The self-inquiry will become more effective. Or any spiritual practice in this way, and the fundamental spiritual practices will become effective for you, no? Including meditation. So good.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Uma, you want to say something?
Yes, ji. You were sharing about self-knowing, that in this state, not state, but in this third, what I should say, third place, and the self-know itself, and something strikes like something shocked me, like that until now I was understanding it incorrectly, that I will know the self which I am. It is not like this. I am sensing something but not clear. Like it started at my level, like but it will not end like this. It is something else which I want to live with you, because I feel I cannot understand as I.
Actually, the way you are expressing is so clear already, no? Like it is as much clear as possible at the expression level, and yet you are saying no, this is not what really it is. No, like for many of us, many will be like, all right, yeah, that's what exactly it is. No, no, not really. It's something else. Like what you are saying, even if it is most accurate expression about truth, it still has gaps. It still has divisions. No, the self, in the self-knowing there is no division. There is no gap. No? Yeah. So self-knowing cannot be done. Remember this. It cannot be done. No. That's why we practice not doing anything, actually. Meditation, basically we practice because of this reason, that even after getting out of mind through self-inquiry, you will still have to sit by yourself for the self-knowing to take place. Self-knowing takes place, is taking place, no? But for self-knowing to take place, a certain environment is necessary. That environment is called fundamental meditation, just sitting, no? Where you are not going out of it, your attention is not going out of yourself, no? Like this. Stable clarity is for kind of being free from compulsive engagement with the mind. Now engaging as necessary. Continuous joy is to be tasted so that we can free from dependency on the mind for joy. Because joy is the most fundamental carrot mind is using, no? That I will give you happiness. Now you know I already have it. That's why you will not listen, or you will not be afraid of the stick of the mind, the fear. Now you are joyful and also by yourself now. And you cannot feel now what to do next, because that next belongs to the mind only, which mainly is either for trying to be free from fear or trying to get to happiness. No? And now you don't have any of those needs. Now you're just sitting in your being. Where is that being? Is it in the body? Is it in the bodies? Is it in the breath? Or where? It is either nowhere or everywhere. It is either in nothing or in everything. It cannot be pinpointed as in the heart more, or in the belly more, or in the head more, or anything. So, Uma, this is what is self-knowing. In this self-knowing, the self is knowing itself, meaning self is knowing the truth, the most fundamental truth. No? But while it is knowing the most fundamental truth within itself, it is also knowing that thoughts are not truth. That's why it is not attending them right now. No? Feelings are not truth, ultimate truth. That's why it is not attending them also. No? There is no fight happening now here that, oh, I should not attend my thoughts or feelings. No? They are just not given value because it is seen clearly that they don't have anything of this quality, of this depth, of this knowing, no? Where we are right now. It's a very, very simple thing. All the fundamental knowing of truth is very, very simple. It's most simple and most obvious also. Self-knowing is most obvious also in one sense. No? Self-recognition is most obvious. Like missing that which is most obvious. No? And not missing this what is obvious is what is causing us to come to this self-knowing now. No? So like all the bodies are here producing certain experiences, can give you certain knowledge, but you are choosing not to touch any of it. No? This is what is remaining as the self. No? And remaining as the self is producing self-knowing now. No? So you are not in any of your chakras or any of your bodies now, no? Because they are going to alter your self-knowing if you are touching any of the bodies or any of the chakras. No? You don't have any experience here, and yet what you are experiencing is incomparable. That's why you are not touching any other experiences of any of the bodies, any of the chakras. No? So this self-knowing never comes out at any of the bodies, any of the chakras. It cannot be held there. No? This self-knowing cannot be caught at the level of thoughts or at the level of thinker even. Because the one who is appearing as thought and thinker both at the same time is the self and knowing itself, no? Right now. So it is not creating any division now in anything. No? And because it is not creating any division in anything, nothing of this body or bodies or chakras can serve any independent purpose to help the self to know itself more. No? So it's very nice, thank you. I hope it will help you. No? In one way or the other, Uma, we need to have fundamental knowledge of, if not all the bodies, but in a way, as a whole, so that we know what self-knowing is not. Because that creates a right reference for it, that okay, this is not self-knowing, or when we have self-knowing, then we know that this is different than everything that has been known through all the bodies and all the chakras, no? Like this. So that kind of helps in a way. But in a negative sense, in the process, in the way of neti, no? Like this. And self-inquiry can take us quite far in this direction. But then we will have to enter into meditation after that. Good, good, thank you. Deepa, you want to say something?
I just wanted to come in front and say thank you to you for this session today.
Oh, thank you, Ji.
Every word of the session was like vibrating. Thank you so much.
Thank you. It's very, very good. This is very beautiful for me to hear that we are in sync and living the truth, no? Because the more you are open to live the truth, the more purer, expressions comes and we are able to live like this. Thank you for this, for being so attentive and receptive and present. Very, very nice. Because it's not your mind which has to understand what is self. It is you who has to understand what is self. No? And for that you don't need your mind. No? So anything else you can say?
And there's doubt. The question is just enjoying your breath, enjoying breath as of now.
Oh, fine, fine. Enjoy, enjoy. It's very good. Very, very good. So I think it is good time that we end this meeting now. No? Unless somebody left and wanted to ask me something, we can talk now and then we end this. No? Yeah. Madhavi?
Namaste. My talk is related to what you were talking to Harleen, and of course then talking to Uma also. I had raised my hand earlier also, but somehow my question was answered in the meditation, the breathing meditation, the self-knowing that you did. So I will first go with the self-knowing part because it is just the latest and I can feel still the meditation vibes, the self, the breath part of me. My question was, when I breathe, it is very easy for me to connect to myself. Otherwise, like there are two me's. One is the two birds I can feel now in me. One is I am moving constantly in this world and taking care of everything in my life. And the second is when I breathe consciously, I feel the second bird. I feel there's someone who's watching all this. Me moving, me talking, me right now also talking to you, listening to satsangs, going out with friends, everything. I can feel that. My question was, where is this me? And of course, you answered that very well, that is it in this breath, or is it in this body, or is it in these chakras? Where is it? But when I'm sleeping, that time I don't feel myself. And it is very easy for the thoughts to come to me in the form of dreams. Majority of the times I'm very I'm fast asleep. I don't dream. But there are times when I dream and I don't feel myself. Even when I'm fast asleep, I don't feel myself. And then again I'm awake, I'm like feeling everything. Oh wow, yes, this life is there, I am there. There's someone else also who is watching this life. So my question is that where am I when I'm sleeping? And how to feel that I when I'm sleeping?
Uh, um, we need to understand continuity of self-knowing. We need to understand continuity of self-knowing. Even when we have started coming to the truth of who we are and started sensing our being through breathing also, let's say, it is not really that we are continuously experiencing or feeling our being. So what is happening is that we are experiencing our being just a little bit. When we experience through meditation our being just a little bit, ourself just a little bit, and then afterward what happens? Then where we are after that? And who we are after that, no? So after that we fall back into that dream of individual self, where we experience ourselves to be living in the waking state, then going into the sleep, where we don't find ourselves to be there. No? So self-knowing is very important and it's very important to understand the continuity of self-knowing here. Because every level of body, mind, all the layers, they provide a certain continuity of self-knowing only. And unless we reach to the constantness of self-knowing, we will not feel that I am there when deep sleep is happening. No? So this is the reason that continuity of self-knowing is disrupted by deep sleep. And we say, I am discontinuous. I was discontinuous there. No? So even when we are experiencing our self continuously in the same way, knowing ourselves as the true being, and have not reached to the constantness of ourself, that constantness of our knowledge about ourselves will not survive in the self, in the deep sleep, no? Like this. So what generally happens is that we define it like this, what we call consciousness and awareness. We define it like this. Awareness is associated, like it is designated like or given uh, to the constantness of self-knowing. What we call self-awareness is constantness of self-knowing, and consciousness is conscious of being thinker, doer, decision maker, like continuous self-knowing, which is continuous in the sense of flow in relation to things that we do, not independent of it. No. And both of these things are present at the same time. So when in the waking state, we are a continuous self also, and we are a constant self also. It is just about kind of an opening that happens in a way, like an opening happens, like as if the constant self discovers that I am constant in this form, in the context of this continuous self called the individual. And the individual self also recognizes that there is some constant self, like as you said, which is watching me, which is aware of me doing everything. No? So when this completion happens, then we will not say that I am fully absent in the deep sleep. We will say that I am absent as the continuous self, but I am still present at the constant self. No? We will say like this. Does it make it clear to you, or?
Yes, very clear. very clear. Because I can see in myself that the degree of awareness is increasing. It's not constant, but it is increasing. Earlier it was, say, for a fraction of seconds, but now it is there with me for some few seconds, but only few seconds, not a minute also. Immediately, what you were talking to Harleen, the example of the analogy of a stone being thrown, and the dog and the lion analogy, I think that is very much applicable to me, and I can feel that. So, but I will surely, this is very helpful for me, the constant self, rather than just a visiting self. Like, I
Yeah.
don't want myself to be a visitor. Yes.
One more thing I would like to mention here is what is the role of continuity? Like, what is this continuity? Continuously knowing ourselves. Actually, it is dependent on the continuity of, let's say, physical body sensations, activities, mind sensations, mind activities, and the deeper activities of emotions or feelings also. So, through the continuity of something other than ourselves, we are knowing ourselves. This is what is continuous knowing ourselves. The more, let's say, conscious you are a doer at the body level, the more you will know yourself at the body level. The more conscious you are at the thinking level, the more conscious you are about yourself. You know, the more you are conscious as a experiencer when experiencing emotions and feelings, the more you are self-conscious. No? But it is always looking at the mirror of something which is continuously there. Like if feelings are there, thoughts are there, body activities are there. So this is what is life. So you, the self, is looking at what life which is continuous and living yourself. And sometime living yourself, sometime lost. No? Forgot yourself also. No? Why just sitting meditation is so important? In this context, you can understand that just sitting meditation is when you are not doing anything, means you are not looking at any thought, feeling, any body sensation, any thoughts or any feelings to recognize yourself, to experience yourself, to confirm that you are. No? Independent of any doings, meaning independent of continuity, you are able to sense that I am constantly here. So this constant self is that which is beyond. No? So after doing all the spiritual practices and recognizing ourselves in one way or the other, what I call stable clarity and then continuous joy, we will be ready for constantness of ourselves. That okay, I can just sit now. Before that, we cannot sit really, meaning we cannot just do any, we cannot just sit without doing anything. We will continue doing something. Either we are trying to experience something, see something, think something, or we are trying to recognize ourselves through it, continuously. So this is that continuous model. Spiritual progress is that continuous model. Life is also that continuous model. Meditation is not continuous. It is something constant, which brings us to constantness of our being. Satsang also. Satsang is not continuous. It is constant, just constantly here, like this. So, thank you. Very, very nice.
Thank you. Very nice. Thank you.
However, it is also possible, like Devaji mentioned, Prajot mentioned about self-inquiry, it is possible to recognize the constant self through self-inquiry. It is possible. But not that you question who I am, and then you reach to a constant self. Oh, this is the constant self. Not like this. No, you just get out of mind, basically. You get out of model of continuity, basically. Mind is something, like as a whole, we can say fundamentally, mind means something continuous. Self is something constant, like this. So we get out of this continuity of the mind through self-inquiry. Then suddenly you feel, this myself, which is really a very ordinary type of self, it's not like a great self that I thought I will be. It's actually constant. And this is the jackpot discovery. Oh my God. So everybody is talking about this one, like this. But as long as we are identified with the continuity, identified with the body, mind, thoughts, feelings, is not really But with them, it is mainly we are identified with the continuity, like something is coming, something new will come, something new, something special, something like we are hopeful, we are wishful that something different will happen. At some point, when we wake up, we usually this is moving in a circle. It's a vast circle, but still a circle. And very strange things. I just want to add something here for some of you. I think you can understand this now, or it will be useful for you, I feel. As soon as you start touching your constantness of being, as if your wisdom wakes up, wisdom of the being wakes up, and through that you don't need to go take a round of the whole existence to know that it is moving in a circle. By just sitting here where you are, just by being who you are constantly, you know the truth, that everything is continuous. There are many things inside us which look constant. They are not. They are only continuous. That's where we become free from them, because otherwise before that we get attached to them as ourself. Oh, this is myself. Anything which is continuous is not yourself. The knower of it, the experiencer of it, the witness of it, the one who is aware of it is the only self, only constant. And as soon as we start becoming aware of our constantness, we start becoming aware of continuity also, of our very deeper levels. They are very slow, almost like not moving, but in comparison to you, they are. Like you don't know how you know them, but you know that they are not really still. Like this, we become free from false stillness also, or constant. Stillness, constantness is same thing. Stillness can be a method also, but stillness of the being, when described, is the same thing as the constantness of the being. So, in any life experience which is continuous, there is always two. One that is experienced, another that is experiencing it. Thinking or thinker, always, no? And what is beyond both of them and present at the same time is the constant self. You can recognize it anytime you want, anywhere you want. The most simple and immediate possibility of recognizing the constant self, it is like everywhere. It is the most simple thing. Improvement in the constantness, continuity is a process. No? Like the stable clarity requires a stable thinker, stable, like a seer also. No? Continuous joy requires a stable experiencer also. No? But recognizing yourself, none of it actually. Because all the time available and not doing anything. This thing is not doing anything. This constant self is never doing anything with any of the two. No? It is transcendental, always beyond both, all the time. Right now also. Right now, it is neither thinking, nor listening, nor talking, nor seeing, nor knowing anything also. In a way, it is knowing the fundamentals, not the detailing. You know what I mean? It's knowing the fundament. It is not knowing through thoughts. It is knowing the thoughts. It is not knowing through feelings. It is knowing the very feelings, what they are. Like the feelings are its interest area. Thoughts are its interest area, not through thoughts. Anything, no? You see what I'm saying? Very, very fundamental experience of life. And someone who knows what is a thought also knows what can be known through a thought and what cannot be. That's how your knowledge is so complete here. Without knowing anything, you have known everything. This is what is that one thing. By knowing this one thing, everything is known, and without knowing this one thing, nothing is truly known. No, it is said like this also. I hope you mind it. So this is that one thing. This constant self is that one thing. By knowing this, everything is known. Without knowing this, nothing is truly known. It is said like this. Nothing is essentially known, fundamentally known. Because this is the essence of everything. It is the constant self melting in love as the continuous life. There is nothing else. It's never about what we are experiencing. It's about who we are, who is experiencing it. It's defining the experience, the quality, what we are experiencing in it also. Thank you. Very, very good. So this is what is self-knowing. What we are doing right now is self-knowing. And from where I like to start with anybody who is not clear is constant clarity, no? Continuous, like, stable clarity, no? Which is constant also in a way. That kind of helps us in coming to our constantness ultimately and initially to continuity of joy, no? Also. So I think we are good then. It's a very beautiful meeting all of you. Thank you for joining today.